Live from Television Hill, this is WJZ News at 6.
Well, after days of feeling like spring and summer, our first taste of winter for 2019 is here. Good evening, everyone. I'm Avajoy Burnett. Winter storm warnings have been declared across central Maryland. Many places are already seeing some flakes out there, and MDOT says it is ready for the snow. This morning, crews were busy filling up trucks with salt as they hit the roads all throughout the Baltimore region. Some trucks were out as early as yesterday morning, pre-treating the roadways. And in Glen Burnie, the snow has been seen and it's been falling for about an hour now, while the roads are remaining somewhat clear for now. Just don't get too comfortable because things could change. Things are already sticking to the cars and the grassy areas. And taking a live look outside right now at the Inner Harbor, you can barely see the snow, but believe us, it's falling out there. WJZ has team coverage to make sure that you are prepared for the first snow of the year. Mike Helgren is live in Howard County, but first we're going to head on over to Meg McNamara, who's busy tracking the snow for us. Hey, Meg.
Hi, Avajoy. So widespread snow now covering most of Maryland, just a couple of dry pockets here, and this is just the beginning. We're really expecting steady, consistent snow for most of the night into at least the first half of the day tomorrow before it starts to taper off. This area here of bright pink, that would be this winter storm warning. It technically starts at 7 o'clock tonight, is in effect through tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And we see these issued when we are expecting heavy snow. So in the Baltimore area, we are now expecting 4 to 6 inches here, this area of light blue. That's because this system is just slower than we expected. So we know what happens when we have a slow moving storm. It just takes longer to move through, which means it's able to dump more snow as it does. We will start to see this snow taper off tomorrow afternoon. I think it'll turn over to flurries at that point. 2 to 4 inches tonight with an additional 2 inches tomorrow morning. We'll have more on this. We'll time it out for you in our full forecast. Avajoy.
Meg, thank you. Let's go on out now to Mike Helgren, who's live in Ellicott City. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Avajoy. Good evening, everybody. It's snowing just a little bit out here, but it actually feels pretty good for now. They have pre-treated all the roads out here. You can see they're a little bit wet, but everything is flowing smoothly, and we're continuing to keep an eye on the conditions. For the past day, crews have been treating roads across Maryland for the first snowfall of the year in a winter that so far has been light on it.
It's winter. What do you expect? I mean, it's supposed to snow.
This is the scene near Deep Creek Lake in western Maryland tonight, where snow is already coating the roads. In the Baltimore area, they're loading up with salt.
We have infrared weather stations now that can tell what the pavement conditions are like with a very high degree of technology. So we can make smart redeployment efforts too. Once the precipitation is stopped, once everything's been cleared out, there's still going to be moisture on the roadway. We can tell where to go and targetedly redeploy again and treat that road so it does not freeze over.
And grocery stores are busy as people get in their last-minute purchases and get ready to stay in for the rest of the weekend. Are you looking forward to the snow?
Yes, so I can get out of school.
You think you will?
No.
Well, right now, me and my mom and sister are just going to get some food and some supplies for the snowstorm.
It's busy here.
Yeah, it really is.
I came for comfort food, and I was just coming from something else, so I don't want to have to go back out later.
All right, you're looking live at some of the plows here off Baltimore National Pike. They are watching and waiting as this storm is coming closer. We're, as Meg said, expecting more snow to the south. And there is now an app that the state has where you can track where all the plows are and see just what conditions are like on the roads as you head out tonight. Reporting live in Ellicott City, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Mike, thank you so much. And already we are seeing pictures of the snow on social media. This is one of them from Kathleen saying it is 4:45 and it has officially started snowing in Pasadena. Bring it on. She is ready. And this one from Alicia of snow just north of DC. Of course, stay with WJZ all weekend long for updates on the snow. And if you have pictures or video that you want to share with us, just like the ones you're seeing right now, use the hashtag #BeOnWJZ. We will be sure to air them on Sunday morning and throughout the evening. Our show starts tomorrow morning bright and early at 7. Right now, Baltimore police are searching for a man they say is armed and dangerous. 39-year-old Amit Kumar is wanted after his wife was found dead Friday night in the 6700 block of Holabird Avenue with multiple stab wounds. This is in East Baltimore near the city and county line. While police aren't calling him a suspect, they say he is a person of interest. Previously, detectives thought Kumar may have escaped to New York or the Syracuse area, but we've just learned he was possibly seen in the D.C. area. Anyone with information on Kumar's location should call police immediately. Developing tonight, Baltimore City police are investigating after a man and his wife say they were assaulted by several of Baltimore's so-called squeegee kids. John Cole says he was with his wife and children inside his car, stopped at a signal near Light and Lombard Streets yesterday when a group approached him. He says when he asked them to move past his car, his vehicle was hit by a squeegee.
I got out and asked somebody who hit my car because I wondered if who did it. And they all started walking up towards me. And I put my pepper spray out. And exactly, I asked them exactly, I got my kids in the car and told them, why would you do that? And well, I turned around and I got hit in the face right here by one of the squeegee boys. Again, my face is a little bruised now. And I got hit in the back of my head, my back, and they started throwing squeegees at me and throwing bottles and all sorts of stuff.
Coles says he called police and went to City Hall. The mayor's office tells WJZ Coles did speak with the mayor about the incident. And late last night, her office released a statement that said, in part, "We will not tolerate clear criminal behavior. Those who who impede traffic at our major intersections and who threaten residents and visitors to our city. This latest situation is outrageous and unacceptable in every sense." Well, the partial government shutdown has reached 22 days, breaking the record as the longest shutdown in U.S. history. And now President Trump is turning to social media in an effort to pressure Democrats on reaching a deal. Kenneth Craig has more for WJZ.
President Trump fired off a series of tweets Saturday as the partial government shutdown entered day 22, the longest in U.S. history. Mr. Trump tweeted, "Democrats could solve the shutdown in 15 minutes. Tell them to get it done. Humanitarian crisis." Congress has adjourned until next week, and so far Democrats have denied the president's request for more than $5 billion to fund a border wall.
We have a better idea about how to secure our border, to do so with technology and infrastructure that is smart.
The president has threatened to declare border security a national emergency.
But if we don't make a deal, I would say it would be very surprising to me that I would not declare a national emergency and just fund it.
A CBS News poll found that 47% of Americans say they blame President Trump for the partial government shutdown. 30% say they blame Democrats in Congress, and just 3% blame Republicans. Caught in the middle are some 800,000 federal workers who did not receive paychecks Friday. Food banks are helping out by distributing emergency groceries to those furloughed or working without pay.
Not everyone makes the same amount of money, and a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck.
Mr. Trump says he will sign legislation from Congress that gives back pay to every federal worker affected by the shutdown. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Workers are trying to rehabilitate nearly 400 dogs taken from a hoarder in Georgia. Police arrested the woman responsible earlier this week. Now, animal rescue groups are focused on caring for those dogs. Tracy Leong explains how a Maryland nonprofit is getting involved.
Hundreds of shepherds have been rescued from the Georgia case, and a lot of them came right here to the Mount Airy Rescue Center, and now they need the public's help to raise more than $120,000. Living in deplorable conditions, some covered in their own feces. Video from the Atlanta Humane Society shows hundreds of abused German shepherds found at an illegal breeding operation in Georgia.
Unbelievable. Some of these dogs were beaten with a shovel.
Board president of the Mid-Atlantic German Shepherd Rescue, Candy Myers, has joined other animal care groups in the fight to save these dogs.
Feeding off of other dogs that were dying or dead. And there's multiple bite wounds on all of them. They all seem to have skin infections and various injuries that we will definitely be treating.
Showing signs of physical and emotional distress, volunteers in Mount Airy are focused on rehabilitating these dogs, getting them the proper medical treatment and attention they need.
We just want to get them everything that they need. We want to get them food. We want to get them some affection, some personal attention, and put them in homes.
Providing these dogs the best care possible for a second chance at life. Next week, they're expecting to get at least 26 more dogs from the Georgia case, and they still need about $120,000 to help with their care. I'm Tracy Leong reporting in Mount Airy for WJZ.
It is a big thank you from the Central Maryland Girl Scouts. Local members spent their morning packing up trucks and cars full of Girl Scout cookies to be donated to military personnel and other first responders as a way to say thank you for their service. It's part of the Scouts Cookies from the Heart campaign. More than 28,000 boxes of cookies were collected and donated for that cause. Still to come here on WJZ News at 6. Home safe after she went missing nearly 3 months ago. The many questions Wisconsin police are still trying to answer about the disappearance of Jamie Kloss. A predictable outcome to an online craze, the viral challenge that caused a Utah teenage driver to crash on the roadway. Plus, a winter storm warning is in effect for much of the Central Maryland region as our first storm of the season inches closer. How much will we get and when will it be over? Meg McNamara has the answer coming up.